All right, next one on the speed series is we're going to continue to go up to the next level. So if you guys are watching this in succession, it'd be great. I think we're loading these up every other day or so. So giving you guys enough to work on. Now, when I said the master drill, I was talking about this one little bit right here. And where I become a great ball striker was thanks to Country Hills. Is there's a creek out in the middle of the driving range. And I've said a story before, but you know, it's the truth. And it's not that I have Alzheimer's dementia and I'm repeating the story. Just letting you guys understand that I had a fence that was probably no further away than probably this glass mirror, which would freak people out. And I would just do my hand right here, and this is about where the fence would be. Now, the picker couldn't go get it because it would hit the fence. And we have kids, like I'm sure a lot of people have kids on the driving range, and they would hit the plaques of wood and tear it up and all that kind of crap. And so I would go out and hit between 500 to 1,000 balls off the fence every Tuesday, Thursday evening of my shift. And I just started walking around and I just started doing this, and I would never miss a shot. And I could hit flag sticks and I could hit it 10, 20, 30 yards and just mastered this. Now, these are muscles and tendons, so I need to put a little disclaimer. For those that want to do that many, please don't do it right off the bat. It's just like working out. You will have strain in your forearm as you're building up, okay? So you just maybe want to start 50 or 100 swings a day and work your way up for the conditioning part. So this is what I had to do. And I'm swinging and I'm walking and I'm swinging and I'm walking. And so when I'm doing this, obviously I'm not turning my body and the golf club being off plane. So if you really want to master this, it took me probably about 3 months or so, between 2 or 3 months, where I just didn't even hardly hit anything full from there. My left hand was just left alone dead. And then I started going here, right, which is going to be your next lesson, and then through. And I already trained myself every single time to make the same release. So I found that I was like, huh, I'm up here, but I'm still making the same release. And I'm up here, and I'm still making the same release. And I'm up here, and I'm still making the same release. And so then I was like, okay, well, can I put my left hand on it and not screw this up? And because your left hand, my left hand, before I did this, would have a tendency to want to squeeze and start the club a little bit leaning forward, and the club would want to go a little behind me, and sometimes I have a tendency to lay the club off, right? And when you're swinging fast and lay the club off, guess what happens? Not good things. All right, so when I got my left hand on correctly, and all of a sudden my right hand was a dominant swing. Well, what? Right hand was a dominant swing? But everybody's told you your right hand is what's causing problems. Everybody says that you've got to pull with the left, and it is true. The left hand has to do a backhand motion because of the grip, right? But I don't know how hard to backhand somebody, right? Now John Daly does because he swings with his left hand and arm only. Okay, so that's what he does because he's felt the backhand motion, and he allows the golf club to be longer back to build up more momentum and speed, and uses a little more pendulum release and a little more backhand release. Okay, but that's not 100% true. Okay, and there's quite a few people out there that totally disagree with me. I think Seguto's one of them. I think Porzak's another one. Not all true. Okay, so when you get up here to the top, that might be your level of flexibility. Okay, so the butt of the club is going to be pointed at your target line. Wrist is still hinged here first, not the elbow folding, not the elbow tucking. Hand goes back up. Now that's going to be, and if you saw a video before I did like the W videos, so none of this stuff is like really new, right? But so I'm here. So now reach for it. Don't move the grip in. Reach for it with the left hand arm. Okay, cool. I'm flexible enough to do that. Are you? All right, cool. Now, so from here, you then do the same release. Now, go back a little further. Now, how do I go back further? My hand doesn't do this because if it does that, then the left hand cups. Okay, I kind of keep coming in so you guys can see this. See? Cups like so. So that's not the case, and there's a lot of people that do that. So what happens is that the hand keeps going, but the elbow angle stays the same. Now, when you do this, just like tossing a ball, And you keep winding the hand, I say, and the arm, and you see that the elbow angle stays. Now, stay right there. Can I reach my left arm to it? Well, no. But it's not that I'm not flexible, it's because, well, the body didn't move. Now, I never said the body doesn't move. The body responds. This chest has to move. I can't just get there. So I'm going to keep this golf club. I'm going to do it here at this angle for a reason. Okay, so the butt of the club is pointed at this dowel. So I'm on the target line. Now, when I reach my left arm to it, my body is going to turn, my knee is going to move, my right leg is going to straighten. All that stuff I talked about with the compound pivot is correct, right? So if your hand path is correct, so will compound pivot, right? How about that? If your hand path is correct, so is your compound pivot. All right, so you'll see that I did this. Now, here's what some people will do. They'll go here, and they're like, okay, I can reach it. And they've turned their body. Okay, so can you see how much the body now doesn't move? And when you see great players like Tiger in, say, 2000, and you see really smooth, they don't move near as much as you guys. You guys do a hell of a lot more work, right? I see it on the range all the time. This is what you think is creating speed and the power in the body, right? I've got to turn. The further that I turn, right? I've got one I see for the rest of my life. He comes here, he turns, because he knows that that's where power, he thinks power comes from. And if you turn too much, then your golf club's going to go too far back. So my weight's left. So now I've got to time it. Weight's got to go back right. I got to turn my body. I got to flip my hands, and then I got to finish, right? How consistent can that be, right? You have a good week and you'll have a shit week. Or 3 or 4 or 5 holes, good. 10, 12 holes, bad. Why? Well, because that you can't time that, right? So this is like a machine method I'm trying to get you guys to learn. So once you do this and then the arm goes, then you go here, then the arm goes. Then you go here. Well, so I'm flexible enough to go here. No, I'm not. I'm flexible enough. Look at the width of this arm angle. Now that's a big throw, right? That's a big throw. Now that's a long drive throw. Look where my hands are, over my head, right? Reach my left arm and shoulder up there to it. So look where my head's on center. Now, did my right leg straighten? Yes. Do I look like a long drive guy or a Sam Snead guy? Yes, okay? That's different, though, than someone that does this. See, my hand's over my head, but look at my elbow and arm angle. See, I want it to be out there. So play around with where you are. Your swing could be more compact than you think. Now, compact, but wide. Wide, but not straight. Not straight. Not straight. This golf club goes out straight for any length of time. You now have got to figure out a way to cock it and to put it back on plane. Tour pros can do that. We can do most of anything, okay? We annoy people, right? Literally go up, down, and around and do all that. But I've already proved in the first video, I'm not near as fast as someone who swings in a perfect pure throwing circle, right? So that's why, and also your body and your joints lined up and work correctly, and at 50, almost 53 years old, I can still swing 140 miles an hour, right? Well, 130-ish, whatever, give or take, right? So anyway, so when I'm up here, you'll see that that golf club is on that target line. So now from here, your whole thing now is to go slow, and now move the arm. Now I'm gonna go slow here to show you this too. Slow detail. Watch my arm move. My arm is, see, it's still the same. Now my hand is starting to unwind naturally because of the elbow and the arm and the shoulder, and the arm's all the way connected up here to the navicular bone, okay? So as this arm is going, and this arm is going, now, look what happened. Oh, my lower body started to move. It's responding to my arm. Now, you can do a lot of different things. I could get up here, and I could just swing my arm, and my body didn't move. And I have people that do that. Don't do that. Okay? If you're going to throw a ball, you wouldn't just drive your legs first. Everything would be coordinated together. Watch my arm. Arm comes down. Then my foot's rolling a little bit. My knee is coming in a little bit. Then my pelvis is moving a little bit, and everything's timed in together from here. My left glute is going back behind me, so my arm can go down the target line. And that's the anatomy of a throw. Right? So I didn't go here and then go, okay, I got to drive, I've got to push, and then I got to throw. That'd be like me taking the ball from center field home plate going, okay, I got to drive, I got to twist, I got to do, and then I got to throw. No, you're just throwing your arm as fast as you can and your body is responding. So this is slowing a lot of people down. And when I talk about compound pivot, I'm talking about how the weight shifts, transfers, and the lower body is supporting. Lower body, understand this. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Lower body is a supporter. The end. That's it. It does not do anything other than support the hands and arms swinging over the body on the right side and supporting it as it goes over to the left side. If you try to make this move more faster than this, you're going to be in trouble. So I do the right leg on the drill, left leg on the drill. That's why I say when you roll your ankles like a regular walking motion, it's in time with the swinging of the hands and the arms, okay? So it is not this big speed producer. It is something that supports. You're supporting your weight. Now, hammer throw, compared to that, you are throwing it so hard with your arm that centrifugal force will throw you backwards, okay? So the faster, and I think I put my club up, but the faster that you throw your arm this way, the more weight that has to be counterbalanced, and that's why the fastest arm swingers, the weight, their leg goes off the ground, okay? It's responding though to this. And I know that, I get it. People get up here to the top and they're like, okay, but hey, TPI says you got to push down and push away to make the thing go, right? But this is responding to this. The faster this arm goes, the faster this leg has to support and push off the ground out of the way. Now, are they incorrect? Technically, no, because this will happen fractionally faster because it has to support this arm, and they're training your leg to do something that it doesn't know how to do. So if I only throw a ball as hard as I can and did this, then, well, yeah, I better train someone to move their leg a little bit. So there might be a lesson where I'm teaching nothing but legs because these things are dead, right? But this looks okay, and that's the same thing. So I'm not discrediting them at all. I'm just saying that take things with a grain of salt, because technically when you're up here and you swing your arm as fast as you can to the target that way, then all these forces and stuff has to happen to counterbalance that. And if you're throwing your arm down the line and more lower, then your weight will be more left, and that'll be more like an iron shot. When you're throwing it more up, then your weight will be back on the right, and that's more like a driver shot. That makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, so that's how you learn this though, is find out where this is and do this and hit balls with it. Hit balls with just your right hand and arm. Get it out here, get wide, just like that, okay? I can hit a 9-iron about probably 120, 30 yards or so with that. I've worked my way up at one time to a 5-iron, hitting up close to about 190 yards. But usually centrifugal force, your arm. Now, here's the other part of that too, is when I'm doing this, see my hand doesn't roll over here. See, it stays in a underhand throw the whole way. If I was throwing the ball really far, it goes up here. A lot of people do this and then start rolling the hand over, like that. But the right hand never rolls over. Okay, the left hand backhand is what makes the right hand look like it rolls over. Right? So even though I'm throwing this really hard, and I come right back, you'll see that my hand is there like that. See, I didn't do. You can see where that is. See, it didn't do this. This is a. Listen to the speed. And then, right, you can even hear that just even with just a wedge, all right? All right, breaking down misspells of it all going there. This is just a little series about what the right hand, the trail hand does, and how to throw that golf club, all right? Available for Zoom golf lessons, rkswingking.com, and obviously my membership as well. I love helping people all over the world. Everybody like, subscribe, share. I appreciate you. Everybody have a great day.